Welcome to this new year. We're going to be kicking off these sessions every single week. And to begin, we're going to go over just a few house items. We've done a couple of updates here for you guys, how you can participate in these coaching sessions, get specific support and questions and answers for the things that you are wanting to do. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to cover a few of these items. So the first thing I want to show you guys is how to participate, right? If you are in the Pro Plus program, which the vast majority of you will be, right here on the dashboard, it says join founder coaching. This is your dashboard, would be the same, right? You click from there, and what it's going to give you is it's going to show you this page. But on this page, you're going to see the suggest a topic for coaching, which is one way to sort of passively participate. The open mic is more active, right? If you'd like to submit a specific question and come and have your questions answered, a specific topic, maybe you want to have us review your scripts, your videos, your funnel, any part of the thing that you believe we can provide some support with here for you, bring it to the table in an open mic. Or again, more passively, maybe you'd like to suggest a topic, something that you think you can get value from, or the audience can get value from, and we will vet and produce those as well. Then the next thing here, guys, where all these lessons are going is in the curriculum itself. This is a showcase, right? A feature on Dubb. And on this showcase is a whole set of videos. So you can see here thumbnails with titles. They're going to be organized into some different chapters here soon. But for right now, it's kind of like a la carte. So if you're working on email stuff, check out the email deliverability guidelines, mastering automations, one-to-one, one-to-many email, right? So there's specific lessons. If you're doing social, like top of funnel, which is today's lesson is going to be about expanding on top of funnel. Last time we showed how to create some really cool ebooks, right? It's so easy now with AI. And we're going to show you guys the second part of that to make sure it's complete and connected to your funnel. And the ebooks have actually a really good quality that drives people down your funnel versus just sort of being like, oh, it looks good. So that's what we'll talk about today as a continuation, part 2 of that. So the rest of the lessons are here as well, guys. As I mentioned, sort of a la carte for now. On that same sheet, right from your dashboard, you have the open mic form so that you can register a specific question, get the feedback you're looking for, and the help you'd like to get. So just so you guys are aware, that is available to you right from your dashboard in there, Join Founder Coaching. In addition to these founder coaching sessions where it's more generalized, right? We have a lot of different businesses that come to these sessions, every different type you could probably think of. We also do real estate specific coachings on Wednesdays at the same slot, 11:30 Pacific. And then finally, Thursdays, we do the partnership coaching where we tell people how to earn recurring revenue from our partnership program. So if you guys are interested in either one of those events, let us know. You can drop something in the chat in the Q&A. By the way, I also will be addressing chat and Q&A, guys. If you have something you'd like to put in, comments, questions, concerns, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my quick presentation here, the part 2 of top of funnel strategy. And then we're going to open it up for chat and questions. So even if you guys didn't maybe get in the open mic or the suggested topic and you'd still like something, maybe you made it in at the last minute, then that's available for you as well. So, all right, let's go ahead and switch gears here now. We're going to pull up the thing. So last time, guys, I showed you how to create some presentations, some ebooks, just like this, right? You can see this is with a tool called gamma.app. And last time I showed how to make a thing with ChatGPT, right? Like any AI tool, and then how to make this ebook. However, I've been working with some of my clients and I've noticed that they may have not completed the entire process here. Like we were reviewing their ebooks, their funnel connected to this, and we saw that there were some pieces missing. So I really wanted to provide a part 2 to this ebook funnel sort of optimization, right? It doesn't have to be an ebook. It can be a guide, the top 3, the strategy, the buyer's guide, right? Any of these types of things. It's a handout, a flyer, a physical or virtual, or you're using it as a presentation like I'm going to do in today's session. Either in any of those mediums work. But the whole point is it has to connect to your funnel. So this presentation I'm about to do was created using the same process I taught in part 1, right? You decided the topic you want to talk about, your audience, who you want to address, all that stuff. And then you put it into chat and then you made the ebook. So that was part 1, and that's in the curriculum I just showed. However, this is part 2 to really make sure that ebook, that guide, is very specific for your business, and it's going to drive optimal conversions and conversations, etc. So let's go ahead and I'm going to present this thing real quick, and we're going to go in. So actually, let me go back to the beginning here. Okay, so we already this is how it's made, right? I just went from slides or from text, and then I'm clicking generate, and then it's actually going to generate that whole presentation. This is the same exact thing you guys can do. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to present it to you guys, because this has some specific information that we covered in addition to last time. So you can see how fast this is. This is literally how fast it is to make these types of presentations. But speed doesn't trump quality, right? Quality is most important, far more important than the speed in which you can generate a resource or a communication. So let's actually go into this, because this presentation is, oh, no sound on the live. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Nikki. let me come fix that really quick for my live folks over here. Okay, I have to add me to stage no matter what to get audio. So again, thank you for that. We're getting some learnings on the double live situation. So okay, back to the presentation over here. All right, this is the presentation itself. Let's go ahead and go full screen. There we go. In part one, guys, we covered how to generate some really powerful ebooks like this, right? Similar to this. Doesn't have to be an ebook, could be a guide, a strategy guide, whatever. It can be a presentation like we're doing now, or it can be a physical thing that you can actually print or deliver to them, or do a video like we're doing now. So part one was about how to generate these things so quick. And part two, we're going to talk about how to polish them, how to make sure it sounds like you. It doesn't sound like ChatGPT. Make sure that it starts with something powerful to get their attention so they get through the rest of your guide. And also, finally, how to make sure it ends in a way that connects to your funnel, right? If you don't want people to get the next guide, right? You probably don't want that. They've already gotten a guide. So what you want them to do is maybe book a time, maybe make a purchase, maybe a direct call. So that's how we're going to take a look at this, and making sure that the resource fully connects to your funnel by your own language, in your own voice, because we can, get lost very easily in the AI stuff. So, or if you're not reviewing it yourself, hey, this sounds good, looks good, and we put it out much too quickly. So anyways, let's go to slide number 2. The first thing I'm going to advise, guys, is actually adding that human step. So when you add your specific things to the prompt, again, this was covered in step 1. What is the thing you're trying to train on? Who are you? I'll cover this. Is sort of reiterated here, where you can copy and paste your Dubb profile, making it so much faster and easier. But the idea is you want your prompt to sound like you. So whether you're using Dubb's Auto, or you're using Chat GPT or Grok or whatever, it doesn't matter. You have the ability to say it. Here's some of my sample writing, right? Here's what I sound like. Here's my tonality. That's one option. So you can provide it that. Or you can use the profile on Dubb, and it automatically will include that stuff. You can select the tonality. So there's the Dubb way, or there's any way you prefer. That's one way to get it out of the prompt. The other way, guys, is to just review it with your eyeballs. I've done this with a couple clients now in reviewing their top of funnel strategies. And we went through the AI pass. And then when we put it to the sniff test and put our eyes on it, we saw, hey, that actually doesn't sound like me. That's not actually something I would say. That's kind of a extravagant or just crazy claim. And so do check that, right? If you're like, no, I love bold claims. I'm all big on irresistible offers, right? Great. Maybe it'll do that for you. Maybe it's too soft. My point is, those you'll want to do that human pass. And guys, we're getting lazier than ever to do that human pass. So if you're still like, hey, I'm doing the AI pass on the AI pass, right? You would tell it something like this, right? Before finalizing this, review it as if you were me, right? Pass over it as you were me, but you would have had to have already provided your tonality, your personality. And I'll show you an easy way to do that with Dubb as well. The last one here is optional. You can say, rewrite this to sound like how I would write it. But again, you have to provide it your own written or spoken word, so it understands how you are speaking in order for it to really sound like you. So, okay, that's step number 1. Definitely always do the human revision. I get people are in a hurry, so we want to use AI for everything, but do a human pass, especially if it's some resource like this that is going to be the top of your business, right? That's like the front of your store. So it's certainly worthwhile. The way that I was going to show to make this easier, guys, I promised I would, is just like this here. Let me move this guy down a little bit. 1 second. One of the ways to do that is right inside of Dubb with our writer, we have these tools called the profile, right? Where it understands your name, your company, your profession, your audience, your experience, your unique value proposition, what you want people to do, your funnel, right? All this is in one. And I can literally just copy and paste this and throw that into my Gamma prompt, right? That's what we're talking about right now with this other presentation. So this is part of it. This is the screenshot I'm going to provide. This is your profile within Dubb that you set up just one time so that your writing and your script writing and all that stuff is so much more specific and easier to generate. You take this profile, literally copy it with your keyboard, and then that's what we're moving over here. So copy and paste your Dubb profile because it already sounds like you. It already knows who you'll help. It already knows everything about what you're trying to say. And then that is what you're going to paste into the actual prompt that's going into your ebook generation. So that is step 2 on how to make that thing easier. The other really important thing here, tell your guide, tell your ebook, your strategy guide, the thing that you're creating, you need to tell it how to open, guys, because if you don't, just like our writing method, just like Auto, it adds the proprietary have method, right? Open with a hook, get their attention with authority. You need to do that because people's attention spans are so short. And if your ebook starts with something boring or flat or not a topic that someone wants to read or know about, they're going to not proceed, right? So your guide, your physical, your presentation, your pitch deck, these are all can be recycled, right? It's the same type of resource that you can leverage here. It's all the same. Just repurposed a little bit differently. I'm not saying they're exactly the same, so don't come at me. there's of course clear differences between a pitch deck and a PowerPoint presentation that you're going to do a live video on, but the structure and the framework is the same. They need clear guidance. They need a awesome hook to get their attention. Why are they going to want to pay attention to the rest of this video or read this book or proceed through the slides? Making sure that you're adding that and making sure that that hook and stuff is very specific to you, your business, your value proposition. That's what this piece is about. So this is adding it into the prompt that's going into your ebook generation. And this is part 2 of the same video. They're going to be right next to each other. So don't worry. If you missed the first part, come check it out. All right. Here's the end. At the end of the guide, never let the guide decide how to end your thing. You need to tell them what to do, right? It's going to do something weird like this. Call to guide, right? That's not, it's going to come up with something funky. Don't do that. And instead, you'll want it to say, book the time in my calendar. Get in touch with Darius. Visit dubb.com. Call the phone number. That you need to make sure you're providing to the prompt in your ebook generate, in your guide, in your presentation, whatever, because otherwise you're just going to have to come manually revise this step. And you don't have to. You can include that in the prompt so that the whole funnel makes sense, right? It's connecting to your funnel, which your funnel could be anything. It could be the calendar, website, phone call, text message, right? Follow my YouTube channel, any of those things. It all depends on your unique business. So making sure that the guide, the ebook, the whatever you're generating automatically connects to your funnel is a really important part of this process, right? It takes you 2 extra seconds in a prompt to avoid 10 or 15 minutes of touch up and images and all that stuff. So don't let the AI end the funnel for you. It doesn't know your funnel unless you were very explicit with that in the beginning. Okay. Next, this is the same. This is the continuation of that, right? You need to match the CTA, the last part of the funnel, to your funnel. Is it book? Is it watch? This is exactly what you might say in the prompt itself, right? The call to action should align with this goal, my goal. And if you copy and pasted your AI Dubb profile, it already knows all that stuff. So you don't have to re-add this. You just copy and paste and that part's done. So just make sure that your CTA is matching. And guys, the only reason I'm bringing this up again is I've seen a lot of resources out there that they don't connect directly. The funnel isn't perfectly integrated into these resources. Maybe the resource was old, right? Or maybe the funnel changed, but making sure that stuff is all connected is what this whole presentation has been about. To wrap it up, guys, this is the exact prompt structure we need to use, right? Topic and audience, Your Dubb profile, this is optional, but that includes your topic and audience, your hook, your instruction, your CTA, the funnel alignment. So number 3 technically includes 1, 4, 5, and 6 all in one step. So you can add those things manually here into your own prompt, or you can copy and paste your Dubb profile that you've generated. What the Dubb profile doesn't overcome is that human revision. We talked about that. Either adding it into your prompt if you're filling extra, AI, but I'm going to recommend after you've generated, right? This is all to make the prompt before it goes into Gamma for a presentation. So before you put it into Gamma for the presentation part, that's where we're doing the human revision. Use your eyeballs, look at the text, look at what it's talking about, making sure that all connects in the way that you want it to, because otherwise we're wasting our credits in Gamma or wasting our time revising things in the actual presentation when we could have, streamlined it and got it all out of the prompt. So anyways, guys, this is part 2. We're wrapping up on how to now polish your top of funnel resources, be it presentations like this, ebooks, strategy guides. We need to make sure that those things have awesome hooks in the beginning. We need to make sure that they're in your tone, your language, right? The way that you would speak, the things that you would want. And then lastly, connecting directly to your funnel. Maybe it's a QR code that scans to a Dubb video page. Maybe it's a form from Dubb, or maybe it's any other funnel connector that you would possibly want. Call me, book me, visit the site, etc. So making sure that's all part and it's all connected. And if you guys ever need support in generating resources like this, connecting them to your funnel, testing them, optimizing them, that's exactly what these founder sessions are about. So register, come in, submit an open mic, a suggested topic, and I got you covered, guys. Thanks so much for your time, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.